once upon a time, it was not uncommon for a young lady to imagine her perfect person that was going to sweep her off her feet, would come riding in, on the trusty steed, and with his flowing blonde locks. Go ahead, show us. Like that, yeah. Or he was going to be a certain height, he'd be clever, he'd be funny, he'd be warm, he'd be engaging, he'd listen attentively, right? And the cultural reference for that person is what? Her what?
Prince Charming.
Yeah, her Prince Charming. So I coach pastors. Currently, I'm coaching about 50 of them on a monthly rhythm now. And I would have to say, and as much as I love and admire and respect these women and men, that every pastor I coach is a resistance machine. So what's crazy is pastors have the same vulnerability, which we call church charming.
I love it.
And so I'm going through seminary, I'm imagining my first call to ministry, or I'm laboring on some horrible church staff, and I'm imagining when I finally get to be the lead and get to be in that role, right? And I fantasize about how my church is going to be. And we invest ourselves in the fantasy, which is fantastic until we get to the reality, and it's far from what we imagined. And at that point, we engage life the way we talked about in the last conversation, which is we begin to resist the church we've got. And the way we resist the church we have is we withhold our participation from it. Mm-hmm. So I isolated my office in my study. So I'm only available when I'm running a meeting, or when I'm in charge, or when I'm speaking, and so then we start taking itinerant gigs, and we're traveling around the country, we're flying places, we're going to the Middle East, or we're going to the Holy Land for our annual Holy Land pilgrimage. What are we doing? We're resisting giving ourselves back to the congregation that we're called to love and lead and serve.
Because people aren't showing up the way I prefer.
Not a chance.
Programs aren't running the way I would assume they should run.
Right.
There are people who give me some feedback that's undesirable, and so I consciously or unconsciously withhold my participation. Happens all the time, doesn't it?
Happens all the time, brother. It happens all the time. It does.
So to play that out, so I'm in the church that I'm in, because my church needs me and
Christ with you,
and
the
Christ
Jesus you bring with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the epiphany from last conversation.
Right.
Was I have the life I have because I'm supposed to have it. How do I know I'm supposed to have it? Because I got it. Right? If God's not sovereign, then you're on your own. We're all on our own.
Yeah.
But that ain't how I understand how life works and how the universe is constructed. So I have the church I'm supposed to have right now, and it's behaving in exactly the way it's supposed to behave. Why? Because it needs me. And it needs Christ with me more than it needs me. But it only gets Christ with me when it gets me.
I have the church I have, and it needs me. Nick and I were having a conversation about this just before we started filming, but it's like, I have the church I have and it needs me. Does that mean that I'm supposed to come with this specific vision and not withdraw my participation until I get everyone, what does it look like that it needs me, I think is my thought. But when I think about this language of embracing, what did you said, show up in relationships, show up. And what else did you say?
Circumstances aren't like I prefer, but I still think it's important for our people to see us engaging in those messy, maybe very different kinds of experiences where life isn't perfect. We're inviting leaders to be in their life when they don't know what to do. Give yourself to the understanding that you're not certain.
Yeah.
But you love your people, you're not leaving your people and letting Jesus meet you and your people in that environment. Kirk, we were talking before the conversation. Give us your little run on the life of Jesus and why, and the opportunities he had to resist, but he didn't.
Yeah, so what we're suggesting is that you have the church you're supposed to have because you have it and it needs you. So it needs you to be all in. And if there's one human being who I assert was all in all the time, it was Christ. I mean, you guys, from the manger to the cross, that dude was all in all the time. And I want to live like that.
Yeah.
I want to live like that. Don't have to be perfect at it, but man, that's my aspiration. How about you?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.